The Old Guard is a new movie directed by Gina Price Bythewood, and I gotta say that I was shocked when I found out she directed this movie, because she directed Love and Basketball, and I was like, okay, there's some action sequences that was involved in here, and I gotta see how well she did, because this is like the second film I've just seen. So this was a huge transition for me. And the Old Guard is all about this team of immortals that comes out of hiding accidentally, gotta fight to keep their identities and their existence a secret while trying to save a newcomer who just found out about their immortal abilities, and they trying to bring her into the fold. And we have a movie, The Old Guard, played by Charlize Theron and Kiki Lane, and the guy who played Dudley. He was familiar. He played a character in Harry Potter. That's the only reason why I know him in this movie. I've been noticing something lately. We had Code 8. We have Sorry I Cannot Wait. Sorry to Bother You. No. I Cannot Wait for Your Fifth Grade Love. These titles, man. There was a TV series on Netflix. I just leave the picture right here. Fuck it. Fuck it. Yeah, this TV show, Code 8. And you got a show called Warrior Nun. And also you got this, The Old Guard, dealing with the superhero, supernatural concept. These are TV shows and movies that are associated with Netflix, and it seems to me they're taking the superhero genre and they're applying it to their shows and content going forward. It seems like the superhero genre is actually taking a positive effect for film going forward, because a lot of these films have superhero concepts. I've noticed with the film. I know I'm not Einstein. I know I'm not going crazy for a film like this. I just want to see a good film, a good story. Can you be good with the story elements? Code 8 had similar elements, had the X-Men vibe with the civil rights shit, and the powers. As for this movie right here, I would say that this movie has some good performances from Charlize Theron. Charlize Theron kicked ass. I'm not going to know much about these characters. You pretty much have these characters in the mystery going in. Like, there's like this 5-minute sequence where they pretty much get shot and they die, and they come back to life. And for that right there, that could lead into taking away the tension, since these characters are immortal. The situation won't be stressful from the outside looking in. But the movie had an interesting way of still delivering that tension despite them not dying a certain way. As for the story and its narrative, I would say that it was actually pretty good, that these characters that have been immortal for quite some time, and you actually bought that. And what they did in this movie, they relied heavily on flashback scenes. They used that to develop its characters. That was pretty cool. It delved deep into the lore. It delved deep into some of the mythos. The film does a good job of developing these characters. Like, you get an understanding of what they are and what gets on their nerves, and you feel that these characters know each other because they've been together since the ancient times, the medieval times, and you actually felt the tension within the weight of the conversation that each character have. You feel like there's stakes involved according to each character, how they address things and address their situation. There's a newcomer in this movie. I would say she was more of the audience character, because through her, that's where we learn a few little details about certain characters, and also we get an understanding about the immortal abilities and what it does. I'm just going to state some of the rules the film applies. Like, when they die, they die from gunshot wounds, and they just come back to life. The film doesn't really explain the rule of if they can grow back a limb. I would like to know if they actually can grow back a limb. There's these two guys. I really did like the relationship between one another, because their relationship brought the humanity side to the movie. And also it brings out a brilliant concept, like the connection of life, like living a long time, for a very long time, without connecting with life means you have a lonely life, if that makes sense. And I thought that was profound. Really good. Can't say anything against that. That was actually remarkable. And they actually brought the love and humanity to the film. I think that was a sweat. good. The action sequences is pretty good in this movie. There was a few little, you know, shaky cam here and there, but what she would do, she would start far away. Then while the action sequences is occurring, there is a slow white shot zoom in while the action sequences is happening. And it happens a few times in this film, so you get I guess you can see the fight sequences from a closer point of view, so you can see every single punch and every single kick. The interesting way she directed this movie, not a lot of, I guess they're decent zoom ins. As for the cons in this movie, this film is definitely a Netflix movie. It definitely shows, but I don't think it was made to be in theaters, and I don't think this movie was intended to be in theaters. It was strictly a Netflix movie that's supposed to be released on Netflix. So I don't know why that critique was there in the video in the first place. I don't know. It just that kind of ticked me a little bit. So I had to rebuttal that clause. I forgot the reviewer's name. I don't know. But I gotta say, this film was definitely a Netflix movie and probably one of the best films I saw this year, but that's not really saying much in the year of 2020 and the pandemic. But it's one of the better films I saw this year with Shelley Lee Theron. There is an end credit scene, so you gotta stay for the end credits and see what is the main reveal. I'm going to have to give The Old Guard a Christian Bale Batman. This was a really good movie that I would definitely buy on Blu-ray. But that's my review of The Old Guard. So again, what are your thoughts on Old Guard? Comment below and let's talk about it. And I'll see you guys in the next review. My next review, I'll have Palm Springs, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching, and you are the best, and I'll see you guys in my next video. And if you like everything you see and you agree, subscribe to my channel and join me in the Batman family, or Batman-tastic reviews in the way you have been warned. Till then, ciao.